It's really pissing out there. Hi, I'm Paul Brodie. We're back in my shop. Thanks for joining us. It's an Aermacchi day. We're going to see if we can start this bike that I've been working on for a long time now. We have a special guest. I have Gary up from Seattle. He's been helping. There's a little backstory to our relationship. We started in race school. And we're going to do some stuff. We're going to weigh the bike. It has not been weighed yet. It's never been started. I basically made the bike out of parts. And in 2001, I started making a race bike, and I was building the frame, so I thought, why not build a second frame? So I started on this frame here, and it got all tacked up, and then it sat up on the shelf for 18 years. And in 2005, my race bike got stolen on the way back from Sears Point, California. And I basically ended Aermacchi involvement for several years, a bunch of years, and I worked on the Excelsior project. And then I decided I was going to build a replica of the race bike which got stolen. So that's the bike we're going to look at today. We're going to weigh it, we're going to put oil into it, we're going to check for a spark. We worked on it yesterday, and we were going to check for a spark yesterday. And then it was 6:15 and we were tired and hungry, so we're going to check for the spark today. So with that said, I'm going to introduce my friend Gary. So this is Gary. He's up from Seattle, like I mentioned, and we met in 1999 at race school. And in 2001 or 2002, I had a spare race bike, so I made what I called a rent-a-racer. And Gary, he actually rented the bike one weekend, and this is a photo of him on the bike. And as I remember, what happened was he was in second place in the race. You correct me if I'm wrong, and I think
right, yeah. First or second.
I think it was last lap. He's in second place, and the battery came loose, and the wire broke, and that was the end of the race. But that's racing. He wasn't upset, which I appreciated very much, and so he was helping me yesterday on the bike. He was helping me with the wiring, connecting, shrink tubing, and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to work on the bike today, try and get it started. So we'll continue on that. We're going to weigh the bike next. So would you like to add anything, or?
Yeah, just fingers crossed, because we haven't cheated. This is genuine first attempt.
No, we could have. Actually, we spoke about this yesterday. We could have tried to start it yesterday, and then claimed ignorance and pretended that we didn't start it yesterday. But no, we have not touched the bike. It has no oil in it or gas. So this is all brand new. So let's get the bike off the stand and let's weigh it. Okay. I've got a weighing scale, and I've got a block of wood. It's 2x4s and 3/4 inch plywood. So it's the same height basically, so that when you put the bike on it, it's not at an angle. So that's important. What do we got there? We got 112. So that's 120, 121 less degree wheel. Yeah, that's
another pound and a half.
Oh yeah, it's all weight. So that's going to be 130. So it could weigh 127. That's probably what it weighs, I think. I did keep a track of how much I spent on the bike. I got 3 pages, and I added it up last night, and we're a little under $8 grand, $7,763.87. So. But I put on a used set of racing tires, so if you want to add on $700 or so for nice new rubber. So less than 10 grand, not bad. We don't count my labor. That doesn't factor into it at all. Okay, so the fuel is on. Okay. Yep.
Coming off the rollers, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it on. Can you move the back end over a little bit? What's that? Oh.
Coming from this banjo here.
It's not tight.
Probably not.
So here's the banjo bolt, and for some reason, even though it's got copper washers, annealed as well. So he heated them up, put them into cold water. So the problem's not that, it's maybe this hole goes down into the safety wire hole. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna go and look inside. This is the problem. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. When I do that, air is coming out of the safety wire hole. So I drilled the safety wire hole, and I didn't realize that this hole went down that far. So I made an assumption. Assumption was wrong. So what I have to do is to find another banjo bolt undrilled, and then we'll just put that on, and that's going to be good. So one moment, please. Yeah, the Aermacchi parts department came through, so I need to check them. So here we go. Here's my little bag of goodies, because I got all sorts of Aermacchi stuff. So we have to check the length. In my experience, I've never had this problem with an Aermacchi. So it's not going through. It looks like it's closed off because I'm looking down the hole. I can't see the drill. So let's go put this on, and then we'll try again. You're looking for 35, okay?
Okay. About 17 or 18 degrees.
So it needs to be more advanced, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it should be 30 something, is it?
35, yeah. Well, it's got 12 degrees of retard, so that puts it back to 5 degrees. It's only 5 degrees. I guess that's not enough. All right, so, well, that's a good thing to know. Okay, that's the degree wheel coming off. And then I take off the cover. On this bike, I got a Lucas reader ignition system, and this is the trigger. It's called the reluctor, because then it activates this. There's a little piece of metal in there. When that gets close, it sends the spark. So the spark needs to happen sooner. When the engine's running, this is turning clockwise. So I need to loosen these two bolts, and I need to move this way so that the spark happens sooner. So loosen these. I've got my marks there, so I know where I was. So I have to estimate what, is it 12 degrees, Gary? Something like that, yeah. So it's hard to know how much to do. So I'm gonna guess, do you see how much those marks have moved there? I'm going to guess that is 12 degrees approximately. Yeah, so what I've done is to move the plate so that this makes the spark, activates the spark sooner. And now I got to set the degree wheel once again. I'll show you how that works. Okay, now I got to set a degree wheel, so I use this. This goes down the spark plug hole, and the piston hits it, and then I set the degree wheel, because I know that it's 13 degrees on either side of top dead center. So I have to put this on and then see where this is. So I'm going carefully because I don't want the piston to be damaged. There it is. Okay, see that? See how it's stopping? So now I need to move this, not far. Well, it's got to go to 13. This has to go to 13 to line up with the pointer. You got to loosen the Allen screw. See, I can't move this right now because it's seized on there, so I take a screwdriver and I tap it into the slot, and then I can move the wheel. Yeah, see how it moves now? So I go to 13. I line it up with 13. I make this tight. So there we go, it's on 13. So now I loosen off this. Now I can go over top dead center. I tighten it back up. And we're very close. We're at 14. I'm not going to, mess around for half a degree. So anyway, so when I take this out and I move that like that, that is top dead center. It's on the 120. The timing is so far out. It's huge. It's hugely out. This is top dead center. The spark is supposed to be 35 degrees over here. And when we first did it, we thought it was at 17. That's what we thought. But now on further examination, I realized that it's at 122. So that's why the bike doesn't run at all. Because you need a spark here, and the spark is here. Like, that's almost 180. So anyway, we have the means to fix that. Either that or the battery's going to go dead in the starter. One or the other. Something's going to happen. I have to move this. That's going to get moved because this is way out. I don't know if this moved or what happened. Something is not right. So if I go back more, this bike is 51 years old. Well, the engine, 51 years old. That's quite amazing. Well, the ignition was off.
Before. 10 or 12 degrees before.
Yeah. So you're seeing it right there.
Yeah.
So it needs to be more advanced. So we're going to bring it this way, aren't we? Just like we first did.
Yeah.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's going to make a difference. It is carburation, isn't it?
It seemed to run, but I mean, I had it most of my hand mostly over it, and then as I moved it even more
and then
over
it picks up. So there's something wrong with the carburetor and the jetting or something like that, and the tach is not working. It's only going up to like 1,000 RPM, and I know it's probably up at 3 or something. So We got a tack issue as well. So I think we're going to take off the carburetor and just have a quick look inside and see if something is noticeably wrong. I'm almost hoping I find something wrong, because then at least I'll know what to look for. So we got the needle valve and the float. Come on, there you go. There you go, there's the float inside there, and that looks okay. Pilot jet's clear through, and I think that's the, oh, there's the gasket. See here, I'm just thinking out loud. See how I got two holes here in the velocity stack? Those are part of the idle circuits of the carb, I think. Maybe I should take this off and just have a look in there. There could be a third hole this is covering. I don't know if that would make any difference. I can't remember what I did on my other carburetor. Wouldn't that be funny if I plugged up the hole here and that was the problem? Okay, so we've got two holes here, and there is a third hole, but it doesn't go anywhere. See, it doesn't go anywhere, so I've plugged it up. Ooh, I see. I've also, wonder if we need a hole for this. That looks like it's part of the choke circuit.
It is, yeah.
But would this stop it from revving?
Not of your choke circuit's not.
Well, everything's blanked off here because it bleeds at high speed. But if I drill the hole right there, that wouldn't hurt anything, would it? Because isn't it normally open? Isn't that part of? Well, where's my? I should look at the regular velocity stack, right? That's what I took off, and I made this to replace it. And look, there's a big hole here. So what about if I drill a hole? I don't think it has to be that big, but I think I just need to let some air in there. And so that's what I think we'll do. Imagine if that was making all the difference. I just want to be a fabricator. I want the easy job. All this tuning, yeah, gets frustrating. But we never give up, never. Okay, we'll try it. Yeah, no, it only works when you hold your hand over there. Then otherwise it doesn't run. Well, folks, I think that's all the time we have for today. We've been dicking around for too long, and it obviously runs, but it doesn't run well. I think it's something to do with the carburetor, because if we put our hand over the bell mouth, it'll rev up. So there's an issue with the carb. The timing is close, I think. So that's a real shame, because I was really looking forward to hearing it rev, and it's kind of exciting for me anyway. So anyway, until next time, Mitch and I like coffees, as you know. So if you buy us some coffees, much appreciated. Take care. I'll get this sucker running.